Yes boys, what is going on guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're doing some invasions on my old favourite ever Blood Mage build, Bloody MARE. The absolutely terrifying Bloody MARE. Don't say your name 3 times into a mirror because you know what's going to happen. Like I say, this is the ultimate Blood Mage guys. We've got some really hard hitting weapons to get us out of a pinch. We've got the Rakshas's Great Katana, and then we've got the Claws of Night in our second weapon slot there. But then we've also got in our left hand the Dragon Communion Seal and the Staff of the Guilty, and that allows us to cast all manner of blood spells, which is really cool to mix things up, you know. We've got all of the typical incantations there, and then I've also got Impenetrable Thorns as well, which we can swap to the staff to cast. And then I've also got Briars of Sin, which to be honest doesn't get much use because it's honestly not very good. I'll talk about that a little bit more later, but it's there for mix-ups if I want to use it. Yeah, we've got all these lovely blood spells. We've got a couple of really good weapons on this build. And yeah, it's a level 167 build. You can see the stats on the right there. These are our talismans. Standard stuff with the talismans really. And then I've got the Opaline Hard tier and the Green Burst Crystal tier in my flask. And that's it boys, that is Bloody MARE. She's gonna haunt your dreams basically. Gonna keep you up at night boys. Anyway, let's get into those invasions. Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. I hope you all are having an amazing day. I'm ready to see some top tier, absolute top tier Blood Mage invasions. The Bloody MARE build, the one and only terrifying stuff of nightmare build, Bloody MARE. I've been looking forward to this one guys. I really have been looking forward to getting back around to doing some invasions on this build. It's a real classic of the channel. It's one of my all-time favourites, I think. Yeah, I do really like this build. If you've followed my videos in the past, you've probably seen some invasions from this build before, but for anyone who might be new, I'll just give you a little background on it. It's obviously inspired by the one and only witch herself, Bloody MARE. You know, we all know the name Bloody MARE. It's a name that incites fear and terror into anyone who's heard of it. It's the stuff of nightmares. It's a kind of tale that we all knew as children and were scared to say. We dared each other to go and say a name in the mirror. All that, you know, all that good stuff from when we were kids, innit? It's a classic kind of folklore horror tale that we all know, and I made a build inspired by that story. So this is Bloody MARE, and I thought the only kind of build that would suit the character Bloody MARE is a Blood Mage. And this is what I came up with. Now this build went through numerous different iterations. It was quite a lower level build on this to start with, and then as the game progressed back in the day, the first year or two of the build, the first year of the build, the first year of the game being out, it did work really well at lower levels, but the longer the game was out, the more savvy everyone got to kind of meta builds and poise and like strong weapons. It became less effective at lower builds. And then it went through a few different changes of me leveling it up, adding different weapons to it. And yeah, finally I settled on 167. I thought that was a good place for it where I could use everything I wanted to use. I can also use some decent-ish armour on it as well. And then when the DLC came out, I was able to add a couple of really good weapons to it in the Rakshas's Great Katana and the Claws of Night. So, you know, if I feel like I'm getting pushed, or if I feel like the spells and the incantations just aren't getting the job done, I've got a couple of really good weapons to fall back on this build. The Rakshasas in particular, the Ash of War on that thing is just disgusting. It's absolutely disgusting. So overall, it's quite a strong build. But, you know, it's not perfect. It's still a high level, this. It's still hard to beat ganks. So it's not like it's easy, it's not like it's an all-out bleed machine build. Although it is a blood build, it's not going to just like destroy every single gank it comes against because it has bleed on it. It doesn't work like that. It's a high level, it's still, you know, hard against ganks. But one-on-one, if I get someone one-on-one with this build, I can make life really, really difficult for them. Let's take a look at these invasions then, boys. I spawned into this one. You can see there was a blue already present while the other red man was taking on the host. I decided to quickly go and take care of the blue there. You could see the Claws of Night, Ash of War, really useful on there, finishing him hot off at long range. Did the job perfectly. And then I was just thinking I'll do some long range spam with the Impenetrable Thorns. I thought the red was looking quite low at this point, so I kind of go in. I knew the red was going to die, and so I go in to get ready for this one-on-one with the host. Nice little invasion this one. You can see mixing up the spells, mixing up the Ash of War. Really nice combo. Switch to the claws, finish him off at long range. Perfect. Now let me just explain this next invasion, guys. I spawned into this one. I knew who it was straight away. I invaded him a couple of minutes previous. You can see I'm being really aggressive. This guy is one of those players, I've come across a few of them lately, I'll be honest. He was one of those players who was bowing and being respectful, obviously trying to initiate a one-on-one fight, but he's fighting with the blue ring on, so he was starting off as a one-on-one, and then he was getting those blues in, and he just went on to gank with the blues, which really, really winds me up. If you just stood there, you know, acting like it's going to be a one-on-one, but you've got your blue ring on, don't act as if it's a one-on-one, just come at me, like, don't lull me into the false sense of security that you're not going to get any backup. You know what I mean, boys? So when that happens, next time I spawn in, I'm just going after him before them blues get there. That's how it's working. I've come across a few of them players lately. They act like, you know, they just want a one-on-one, but they've actually got the blue on, and they bring the fun police in, and I don't like blues, me. I cannot stand those blues. So I was getting to him before any blues turned up. Funnily enough, guys, it actually happens again later in the video on a different invasion, but I'll point that out when we get to it. But yeah, good times anyway. I weren't letting him get any help, went and killed him, and now we're into the specimen storehouse for this nice duel against these two. Good invasion again. But there is something I'd like to have a little chat about, boys. I've got some news. Got a little bit of news coming for you. I've been loving invading on Elden Ring again, and I've actually got Elden Ring downloading as we speak on my PC. So that means that I'm going to be going seamless, boys. I'm going to try seamless invasions on the PC. It's something that I've always been thinking about for a while now. I've always been aware of the mod, but now you can actually invade in seamless co-op. You know, it's something that has been getting more and more appealing to try out, and I've been talking to a couple of my friends, Rofo the Germ, Rendan, you know, all of the boys over there on Rofo's Discord, and they've convinced me to try seamless co-op invasions. There's a few things about it that sound really appealing. Overlevel phantoms don't seem like they're quite as prominent. The fact that you can ride torrent sounds really appealing. Build making on the PC using, you know, certain engines that you can use on the PC to make builds quickly. Yeah, I want to try it, guys. I want to try it. So the next couple of videos may well be me invading in seamless co-op. So keep your eyes out for that. I can't wait to try it. Hopefully you enjoy it. We'll see what we can come up with. Make some new builds. I'm going to remake some of my favourite old builds. I'll probably remake Bloody MARE. I'll remake a couple of the other favourites. And I'll make a load of new ones. And I can't wait, guys. I cannot wait to try something different. Like I said, it's already downloaded. Good to go, so yeah, we'll be trying that. Another thing I wanted to discuss quickly as well is Elden Ring Night Rain, guys. That is out. Is it out today, or maybe it's out tomorrow? Either way, it's out within the next couple of days. Now, Elden Ring Night Rain wasn't something that appealed to me for the longest of times, to be honest. It was kind of announced when I was having my little break from Elden Ring. I'd just lost the passion for invading a little bit when it was announced. I didn't really pay much attention to it, although I am a FromSoft massive fan. I just had that little sour taste in my mouth from a few bad invasions and stuff, and I just kind of was having a break from Elden Ring, so I didn't really pay it much time of day. However, over the last couple of weeks, the closer it's got, the hype has been building. It is something that I think I will definitely give a go at. You know, I want to try it out, boys. I want to try it. It looks good. There's no invasions on it, There's no invasions, obviously, which is a big letdown. But at the same time, it's a new From Software game, isn't it? It's a new game. It's more Elden Ring, PvP or not. So I think I'll download it and I'll give it a go. Whether I make any content on it is another thing. But yeah, I think I'm going to download it, boys. Let me know in the comments how you're all feeling about Night Rain. Are you going to try it? Do you think it looks good? Let me know. Just looking back at the video now, we've got this really good invasion against these two. This was super close. This was such a good invasion. These two were backing each other up really well. You can see he's using some spells, and this guy's using the big halberd, dragon halberd there with the big spinning slash, hard hitting Ash of War. These two are doing a really good job. This was a long invasion. I've edited it down a little bit. It's not exactly got all the dancing around in between the combat, so I've cut it down a little bit, but you can see this was a really close one. Trying to get some long range work done with the impenetrable thorns there against these two. When they were standing off, it was a good little harassment tool, but you could see when they push together, you know, so you're backing each other up really well. This was one of those really good invasions that you kind of just want to savour. You don't want it to end, you want it to go on for as long as you can. It's in a cool location, good setting for a fight. Yeah, really good stuff. Unlucky there not to kill one of them, but you got some backup just in time. Ideally there, I'd have liked to have got the Ash of War off on the Claws of Night. That would have certainly killed him. But like I say, he just got backup before I could fire it off, so that was really unlucky. You can see in these invasions I have been using impenetrable thorns for some good poke damage. As you can see, I'm using it now. But as I said earlier, you know, Briars of Sin, it just doesn't get much use. I did try it. It's not like I weren't trying it, guys. I don't just cast it off the build. I do try it, but you won't see me using it too much because it's just never successful. And in most cases, it usually does get me killed. It's just not a very good spell, boys. Oh, we managed to kill a summon there. You can see it's just me and the horse now, but I'm out of heals, guys, so keep an eye on this invasion. This is a real tight one. Yeah, Briars of Sin, it's just such a hard spell to use. To pull it off correctly and make it work, the timing on it has to be immaculate. We're talking points of a second, it has to be perfect. And even when it is perfect, you can still get knocked out of it so easily. If you do manage to, like, activate the animation where you're in the kind of state where you can just, you know, fire it off, if they've got someone with them, you often just get jumped attacked in the middle of it and take a big chunk of damage. It's just a hard spell to use, boys. I don't use it too much. And you could see that the host managed to kill me. I was all out of heals. I just thought it's time to make or break. I went in for the big attack and he just managed to kill me. What a good invasion though. I don't mind that at all. Now, I said earlier, guys, about hosts bowing and acting like they're ready for a nice one-on-one. Look at this guy, exactly the same. He's got his blue ring on. We're having a nice little one-on-one, and then what do you know, Hunter summoned. And sometimes in this situation, you'd expect the horse just to stand back and let me deal with the blue, and then we can carry on our one-on-one. No, boys. This guy goes on to gank with the blue. Absolutely disgraceful stuff. It really winds me up when horse do this. I just think it's just a bit pathetic, innit? Bring him in for a one-on-one, but no, you've got the blue ring on and you go to gank with the lowest of low, the blues. You've just got no friends. It's sad when you've got no friends, so you've got to rely on the blues to come in and help you. What a sad existence. But you can see we managed to kill the blue. I get the horse really low at some points here. Tried to kill him off with impenetrable thorns. That would have been such a sweet kill, but he just manages to survive. And what do you know, he gets some more backup. This guy, Pokey Poke, with the Antspur Rapier. Best buds here, look at them, best buddies. Two best friends, chasing the bloody MARE down. Wizard spam, pews all over the place. Ah, what do you know, what happens, boys? I go in, and yeah, they get the kill. Frustrating, but I thought that was worth showing just to point out how pathetic blues and these particular types of hosts are. You know, what can you do, boys? What can you do about that? But now we're back to some good invasions. This was a real good one against these two. We've got a big bonk machine, and then we've got a good old greatsword user as well. Just pretty good, simple builds, you know. This was a good invasion. Got to watch out for that big hammer. If I get caught in that Ash of War, it's game over. But let's just watch this one and see how it turns out. Nice kill on the summon there again with the Ash of War and the Claws of Night. Really useful that. I've finished numerous people off with that technique. They don't expect it. It's a really good way to secure kills. But yeah, as I was saying earlier, guys, I'm so excited to try Seamless Invasions. It's just something different, innit? I've always got the Xbox to fall back on if I'm not liking it, but I just want to try it. I've actually got a build that I'm currently making on the Xbox. I was inspired to make a new build, guys, the first one for like 7 months, 8 months. I was working on a new build on the Xbox, so it's come at a good time, this seamless download, you know, the Elden Ring on the PC. I'm going to just make that build on there and use that as my first build that I invade on, and see how it goes in Seamless. And I'm well excited, boys. I'm not going to tell you what that build is, but I think it's going to be alright. I think it'll be good. It's going to be fun, boys. I cannot wait. Can't wait. And then Night Rain, whether I get Night Rain on release or whether I wait a few days or even a couple of weeks, I'm not sure, but I think I will try it. Like I was saying earlier, the closer it's got, the more it's kind of started to appeal to me. I've been watching some gameplay on it. It does look fun, but it's definitely not going to replace Invasions. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens, boys. But anyway, guys, this is the last invasion of the video. You can see we've got a pesky wizard doing what wizards do. And let's just see how we handle things. Nice little quick one to end on. Thanks for watching, guys. As always, hope you enjoyed the video. Look after yourselves, look after each other, take it easy, and I'll see you all on the next one.